All right, here we go. We're live on Escalade 85 YouTube channel. First, Saturday Night Spread'em is back. 2024 NFL season kicks off tomorrow. So I'm going to give you all the game picks, tell you who's going to cover and who's going to win. Did this the past two seasons. We've come out ahead both times. What I like to do is I'll put $20 on each game. And then we have one pick of the week, the Escalade Get Paid pick of the week, which is 50. So at the end of the week, we go through and tally what our record was, and it's $20 a game, I said, except for one big game for 50. And at the end of the year, we see how far ahead we are. So without further ado, excited. I got wings in the oven right now, making about 55 or 60. I lost count. I just started throwing them on the tray for tomorrow. Getting them prepped for tonight. I'll throw them in the air fryer tomorrow after they get pretty cooked up tonight. Sauce them up and let's go. Again, you can see already, big Bengals fan. Tonight's broadcast brought to you, as always, by Old Smoky Tennessee Peanut Butter Whiskey. It's delicious. But anyway, let's get down to business. All right, 1 o'clock. First game on the sheet here is the New England Patriots heading to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. The Bengals are 7.5 favorites. 40.5 is the over/under. I hate the spread. It was at 9 originally, but it went back and forth, up and down a little bit with the idea that Ja'Marr Chase might play, might not play. Now it's game time decision on his own. Game time decision on his own. T. Higgins is doubtful of the hamstring, so if Chase doesn't play and Higgins doesn't play, it's all Joe Burrow, I guess. That being said, I didn't really like this spread at the beginning. I still don't like it. 7.5 seems like a bit much. I don't think the Patriots are a powerhouse, but we are going to take the Pats. I've told a few people. I got some buddies coming over tomorrow to watch it and need some wings, and I told them I think it's going to be 23-21 Pats because the Bengals never like to win in September. But we'll see. Obviously rooting for the Bengals, but 7.5 is right there. I mean, I think it could go either way on that. Like a 28-20 could be possible. But anyway, we're gonna put our $20 there on the Pats. Steelers at Falcons. Pittsburgh travels to Atlanta. Falcons are 3.5 point favorites. 41.5 is the over/under. I'm taking the Falcons because if Russell Wilson starts, that's a tragedy. I don't think he's good, and he's hurt apparently. Steelers are down a few weapons on offense. Like they got to figure out who besides George Pickens, and if Najee Harris the only running back they got. I mean, they have others, but that's the only one they got because the other guy's hurt. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, I like Kirk Cousins and the boys to open up and have a 17-13 win or something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as you'd think because Steelers defense is Steelers defense. I think Atlanta's defense is better. And again, the Steelers offense was terrible last year. So we're going to go with that. Again, week 1, rolling the dice, really. Personally, I don't care to bet on it for the most part, but I am actually picking games tomorrow as well. But this is what I'm going with through the whole sheet here. I am putting some real money on some of these, but you can figure it out by the Escalade Get Paid pick of the week for one. But anyway, Falcons cover 3.5. Cardinals head to Buffalo to play the Bills. Bills favored by 6.5. 47.5 is the over/under. I could see this being a high-scoring one. The Bills don't have a whole lot in the second level there with the linebackers. They had some injuries. And the back half of their defense is like brand new. So Lord only knows what they're going to do. Josh Allen doesn't have any receivers, but they have Josh Allen. On the other side, I think the Cardinals will be better this year than last year. Kyler Murray gets to play the whole year. That will help. Marvin Harrison Jr. is awesome. At least he was awesome in college. I assume that will translate. James Conner will be healthy for one of the 7, 8, 10 games he plays this year. That's a bonus for them. I think I have to go with the Cardinals on this. 6.5 is right about where I think it should be. Imagine that Vegas gets it right. But I'm going with the Cardinals. Titans at Bears. This one was Bears 4-point favorites. It was 3.5 yesterday, so I'm assuming the money's going on the Bears. 44.5 is the over under. I'm going to take the Bears. I kind of went back and forth looking at this, but the Titans, new coach, a little bit of a new scheme. They got Ridley now. Hopkins is questionable. Who's their running back? They got two okay guys. Well, they got one up and coming, Spears, but the other guy is left over from Dallas who had a good year 2 years ago when he wasn't the main back, but he's supposed to start tomorrow. Don't think that helps. And the Bears, they're young. They got 3 receivers. Let's see what happens there. Anyway, we're going to take the Bears covering 4. Don't know if I love it. A rookie quarterback. In his first start, I saw the first pick quarterback in his first start the last 15 times is like 1-14 against the spread or something. So, but what does that mean this time? That's what I think. This is a different guy, different time, and they load it up around him. They have a good defense. Give me the Bears covering 4. Texans head to Indianapolis, our first home dog here. Colts are getting 3 points. That's 48.5. I think this is going to be a lot of points. Texans do struggle with running quarterbacks, but how much do we know AR-15 is going to do? Josh Downs isn't playing. That's a weapon. Not saying he's a difference maker, but that's one of our starters, and he seemed to have a good connection with him. Meanwhile, the Texans had Stephon Diggs. They already got Tank Bell, Nico Collins. Mixon's a better running back than they had last year. He's getting older, but he's better. Physical guy between tackles, can catch the ball. Give me the Texans on that one. Plus, I like the Texans defense. Again, they're young, they're good. I like D'Amico Ryans as a coach. Jags heading to Miami to play Dolphins. 3.5 is the spread there. Dolphins got to cover it. 48.5 over under. Another crazy point game. We're going to take Miami. I like Tyreek Hill. I like Waddle. I like Achane. I like Mozart. I think their defense will be good enough. I don't see the Jags being able to stop them. I think Tua can go for 300, and they can rush for 150. So they're going to have a lot of yards. I believe the over-under here is correct as far as being high. Give me the Dolphins. And let's go ahead and make that the Hescalade Get Paid Pick of the Week. Sorry for the shake. I had to write it. Dolphins, the big pick of the week. They're covering 3.5 at home to the Jags, who struggled at the end of last year. And again, I mean, they got a rookie wide receiver who I think is going to be awesome. And Kirk's back. He was dealing with a little bit of a hamstring. They lost Ridley in the offseason. I love Ingram, but 3.5, I mean, that's 28-24. That's a good game you lose because you're on the road. So give it to me. The 28-24 would be over, by the way. Panthers, the Carolina Panthers head to New Orleans to play Saints. Saints got to cover 4. 41.5 is the over-under. This game stinks. I think Carolina will be better, but they're not good. They were very bad last year. And the Saints, I mean, am I really Derek Carr? I mean, I like him, but as far as a quarterback to win a game by more than 1 point, Olave is good. Kamara, what's he still got? Gosh, I don't know. I think I'm just going to take Who Dat Nation here to cover 4 because they're at home. I like the advantage of that. Carolina's a young team that's bad. They have Chuba Hubbard's look good, but they were drafted a guy to replace him who's still injured. Split time later. I think Carolina gets better, finishes better, maybe gets 5-6 wins this year. Still irrelevant as far as any contention, but making that progression. And the Saints stink, but they're better. They're going to be better in this game. I don't know. I think the next time around, when the Panthers are at home, Panthers will probably be favored by 2.5, and I'll take the Panthers if everybody's healthy and the season kind of rolls on as it does. We'll see if that actually happens. Minnesota Vikings head to New York to face the Giants. Giants home dogs plus 1.5. 41.5 is the over-under. Wow, Saquon Barkley's on pace for 51 touchdowns. Oh, that hurts, doesn't it, New York? That hurts. You paid Danny Dimes instead of Saquon. Now, I know he's a running back, but come on, man. I think Neighbors tears it up. Justin Jefferson is out there, though. Justin Jefferson will have 10 catches, $120, probably a touchdown, maybe 2. Even with Sam Darnold throwing it, like Aaron Jones there is kind of like a, I don't want to say resurgence because he was good last year, but I think in the first part of the season, as long as he's healthy, he can beat Aaron Jones still. He's only like 28 or 29. Better running back than they've had in a couple of years. So give me the Vikings. I don't ever like going against home dogs, really, to be honest with you. But Vikings, especially, neither one of these teams' defenses. Like, I think the Giants have the better defense. Supposedly the Vikings have improved their defense, but I mean, it's week 1, man. We're about to see a lot. Give me the Vikings cover 1.5 on the road because the Giants, and they don't have a lot of weapons. Honestly, they don't have a lot of weapons. 4:00 game here, 4:05 actually. The Las Vegas Raiders head to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Chargers are favored by 3. 39.5 is the over/under. This is supposed to be a punch in the mouth game, apparently. I don't think that's quite true. I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a Gardner Minshew fan, but the dude's gonna sling it, and he's got Devontae Adams. He's got a couple tight ends. Zamir White, we'll see about that. But the Chargers stunk it up last year on defense. They have less weapons on offense. Herbert's amazing. Who's their running back? J.K. Dobbins. Love him. Go Bucks. But what knee is he on? They got Gus Edwards, so they basically took the Ravens' leftovers. And then they got a kid in like the 7th round who people are high on as a sleeper in fantasy. They lost. I think they lost Everett tight end too. So I have no idea who he's going to throw the ball to. Some kid who played at Georgia, 6 foot 190, can play in the slot or outside. That's one dude. Josh Palmer I like, but that's 2 dudes. Either way, those guys are not elite. So give me the Raiders plus 3 on the road. That's right. Vegas, baby. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkinson up front. I think they're going to have a better defense than the Chargers in this game for sure. And then Gardner Minshew is going to keep going. And Devontae Adams is going to get his. He's going to eat. So give me the Raiders plus the 3 there. I'll take that all day. The Denver Broncos head to Seattle. Bo Nix starting his first game because that's who they wanted and that's who they wanted to start. At Seattle. Seattle's got to cover 6, 41.5 over under. I almost made this a Heskel get paid pick of the week, but it went from 5.5 to 6. Money going on Seattle, obviously, for a lot of reasons. Denver was bad, historically bad at points last year on defense. I'm sure that improves. Lost a couple of weapons on offense. It's Bo Nix first start. It's on the road. Poise or not, I'm going to take Seattle to win. I think the Broncos put up a fight, but at the end of the day, they lose by like 10, 12 points. 4:25, Cowboys at Browns. Browns favored by 2.5. 40.5 over under. Another kind of slugfest, sloppy game. Plus, got to have the Cowboys on national TV, don't we? Jeez, even against the Browns. Like, come on, man. Nobody else you can slate in the 4:00 games that we can watch. Actually, looking at the schedule, it does look rough at 4:00. Anyway, Browns are favored by 2.5, or to cover 2.5. Dallas had all kinds of weird stuff going on. Dak Prescott against Cleveland defense, I think last year or 2 years ago, didn't do overall like great. They're pretty good in coverage. Myles Garrett is a stud, absolute stud, crazy athlete stud. I think the Cowboys dropped this one with all the drama. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's going to get his a little bit, I think, but if they can hold that, I don't know what else they're going to do. Maybe the tight end for Dallas has a big game. Maybe Dak has a big game. That's how they got to win, probably, because they ain't running the ball with nobody back there. Zeke Elliott, love him, Buckeye, but he's on his way out, not on his way in. He's not young Zeke anymore. He's bigger, power back Zeke, to put it nicely. So anyway, we'll take the Browns 2.5. Commanders head down to Tampa Bay. Oh, wow. This was actually the game I should have. All right, well, this would be I bet on this. I'll just say that. All right, we're just going to say it now. We're taking the Bucks cover 3.5. 42.5 is the over under. I like the Bucks to beat them. I like them being pretty good. Like 31-17, 28-17, 28-13, something big. I think Baker Mayfield, Evans, Godwin, the offense is going to torch the Commanders' defense. They're terrible. I think the rookie Daniels keeps them in it a little bit with his legs. Maybe McLaurin gets a touchdown. Maybe Austin Eckler does something. But Bucks, no way in heck does Washington come out and win this game. And 3.5 seems low. I think this should be like a 6, 6.5, 7.5. Like the Bengals game is the highest spread, but I feel like that's because they have the least faith in the Patriots, and that's come down. So I think this one should have went up, but I got money on that one for sure. Anyway, we're taking the Bucs. Sunday night, Rams at Lions -4.5. That's what the Lions got covered. 52.5 over under. They call them big points. This is the Stafford Bowl, Goff's revenge game, whatever. I wanted to take the points in the Rams because I like the idea of Stafford coming back to Detroit to get a dub. It didn't happen in the playoff. But they don't have Aaron Donald. So I don't know what's going on in defense for sure. But even if they've improved other parts, Aaron Donald is huge. Now not having to plan for him is going to be a big deal. Detroit will punch you in the face. Dan Campbell will stuff it down your throat. He will go for it on fourth down. Amon St. Brown's awesome. The kid from Alabama, Williamson, whatever it is, he's supposed to be looking good. They got the tight end Laporta, who had a monster year last year. They got two running backs with Gibbs and Williams. So Lions all day. And then Monday night, so glad I have to work instead of watching Aaron Rodgers and the Jets go to San Francisco. San Francisco favored by 4.5, 43.5 over under. Ayuk's back, practiced for about a week and a half. They just signed Trent Williams. He's great. He'll be fine. They got C-Mac dealing with a little bit of hamstring ACL thing, I think they said. Like it came up on the report on Thursday. Jets have Aaron Rodgers. Played 4 plays last year, made the top 100 in the NFL players list, which makes no sense to me at all. 4 plays, and he tore his Achilles, and he's in the top 100. That was for the year, not forever. I love both defenses. I don't have faith in this is God, I don't think Purdy's gonna play that great. I think the under is the score to go here, but if I had to take one, I would give me the Niners in a really low scoring game to cover 4.5, which gosh, I think the 4.5 might be too big. It might be closer than that, like a field goal. I don't trust their kicker as much. He can hit bombs, but he's not accurate. I'm taking the Niners because they're home. It's Monday night, and they got C-Mac. They got Kittle. They got Ayuk. They got Debo. Like, give me the more weapons against the really good defense as opposed to the 41-year-old, whatever it is, quarterback, who is great. He's great, but I remember when Peyton Manning was throwing moon balls in Denver that last year. You know, like he got it there, but you could tell it wasn't Peyton anymore. And I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers could fall off like that because, I mean, he could, but he does have a howitzer. He was slinging it. In those 4 plays last year, he was good enough to make the top 100, so he's obviously still slinging it. But we'll see, man. I mean, he's pissed. Aaron Rodgers pissed, can do some things, but first game of the year, yeah, we'll see. I like Garrett Wilson a lot too, Buckeye. All right, let's do the quick recap and I'll get out of here. So we take the Pats, getting 7.5 in Cincinnati. We got the Falcons covering 3.5 against the Steelers at home. We got the Cardinals, me jumping off the screen, covering or getting 6.5 up in Buffalo. We got the Bears covering 4 against the Titans at home. We got the Texans going on the road covering 3 against the Indianapolis Colts. We got the Dolphins covering 3.5, and the Hescalade get paid pick of the week for 50 big ones. We got the Saints because we had to pick somebody over the Panthers covering 4 at home. We got the Vikings going up to New York and laughing about how they don't have Saquon scoring 3 of those touchdowns, covering 1.5 in another got to pick them game, I guess. Raiders +3 going to LA to beat the Chargers, or we've covered the 3, even though I think the Raiders will win. Seahawks at home with Bo Nix rolling into town, beat the Broncos by more than 6. Cleveland opener gets a win with Myles Garrett scoring a touchdown. Let's throw it in there, Myles Garrett touchdown. Watson 3 picks. Anyway, they covered 2.5 against the boys at home. Bucks over the Commanders in a game didn't call the Hescalade get paid pick of the week, but it'd be number 2 because I definitely treat it as like that with my own money. So the Bucks covering 3.5. We got the Lions covering 4.5 against the Rams. And we got the Niners covering 4.5 against Aaron Rodgers just because we don't trust it yet. So all in all, we took 5 away teams and the rest home teams up and down. We'll see how the record turns out. We'll do it next week. I'll do a quick recap on how we did. We'll keep the tally. Until then, man, enjoy the games and good luck. Have a good weekend.